All right, this is I was gonna do this later, but um, somebody made one of my little girls upset, and it has to do with this music actually. So I figure the best revenge for somebody I can't just reach out and smack is getting her album done as fast as possible and having it be the success it deserves to be. So I'm gonna work on this. One of the benefits, the silver linings of my water damage flooding in my room is I have a much bigger monitor on the right hand side here, and it has a glossy top and it's got like a weird green color to it, but aside from that, it's a lot more space, so it's easier to work with. So we're going to see exactly where we are. The hit song is this 365 one for sure, but there's these other ones, Double Tap and Paper Saint. Let me just see if I'm done editing 365 together. I'm not sure that I am. All right, that sounds pretty good. Let's check out Double Tap. I think John Swash played drums on this one. Because it's falling down right there, you can actually raise that front, or not raise the front, but just raise the saddle a tiny bit. I doubt that thing's glued in there, so if you loosen those strings, that saddle might fall right out. And you can take a piece of either guitar string, lay it on the bottom of that, put it down. Ukulele had a problem. Funny how they make like acoustic instruments. There's always so little bracing where it counts. Like think of how many 12 strings have you seen destroyed because they bowed up? You know, it's garbage at that point. You know, a good luthier could fix it, but not for cheaper than you just buy a new one. All right, let me check this. Make sure I had this double tap right. All right, I think that one's good. So this is where I'm stuck is paper C. Okay, so what are these? These little piddle paddles? Is that what I'm gonna have to be dealing with here? Yep. Okay. Looks like I still need to line up a lot of this too. Yeah, these little fiddle faddle ones I'm gonna have to deal with. Okay, I'm gonna I guess let me line everything up first, and then I'll come back and take a look at all the little tiny snare things I'm gonna have to mess with. Barf. All right. Okay, so where's this one going? Oh boy. Here we go. Analysis paralysis and what I love so much, guessing. I know this isn't triplets, so oh. This is the watch and paint dry part of the thing. Sorry. What's going on here? I got another show on Saturday with possibly a band that's going to have way too much SPL on the stage. And I'm kind of getting blamed for it, even though I'm the guy who complains about high SPL more than anything else. And I've been reaching out to all the live sound professionals and stuff. What do you guys do about this kind of thing? And not necessarily getting most useful answers. There's a lot of different things at play. I got to get the snare volume down. I got to get the cymbal volumes down. And to get the guitar amp volumes down. That's the worst of it, is the guitar and the bass. It's really hard to think, what are you supposed to do? Like, it's hard. You don't want to mess up the artist, you want them to be comfortable with how they sound to themselves on stage. But if their stage sound just completely ruins the show, I don't really know what to do. I'd love more advice. I've been asking from a lot of people, and I mean, low volume cymbals would help, but I know a lot of drummers will cry. A lot of this comes down to, I'm just gonna say it, musicians being egomaniacs. Like they just, some guys legit can't hear and they need their stage volume up that loud. That's a different topic. I think they have to, well, it's important. I guess you got to ask, is it important to you if it sounds good out front? If it is, there's things we can do. Is it important to you that you don't hurt people? You'd think that would be an easy one, and everybody would say, yes, it is. I don't want to hurt anybody. But a lot of these guys are definitely more than willing to hurt people, even if they say they're not. They may not believe they're hurting people. They are. But they may not believe they are. That's kind of a tricky one. But a lot of them know they are and don't care. That's another one. A lot of them don't care how it sounds to the audience, and that's a legit view, But at the end of the day, the bar got to make money. So where do we go? I love Especially any of you guys that are doing live sound, jump in here and we give me some tips, man.
We're alive, we're alright, burning brown on Broadway. Taxi lights, got the rain running out the alley. Streets smoking, music getting so lit.
I'm really struggling. Kind of need a way to get through this. Making it, I love my new life doing live sound stuff, but I definitely don't want to be part of hurting people. I got a lot of kids in this school, and I am disturbed when guys like 25 years old and can't hear anymore. Like that's messed up, and I don't want to be part of that. That is just yuck. Yeah, you guys with a lot more experience than me in live sound, I would love to hear it. And I know some of this doesn't matter because the laws are coming, and you're either gonna evolve or die. And I kind of, I kind of can't wait till that happens. But I'm the one who's gonna be getting the fines. Like unless I have the power to say no. But given the power to say no, how much will that hurt the club in the short run? Really difficult.
Underneath the glowing signs, parents welcome number 9 is mine. Heartbeat drums on asphalt. She's alive. Up on the crosswalk. The crosswalk.
It's a little sketchy.
The crosswalk. The crosswalk.
Not really sure where this stuff is supposed to go. I think here. I'm gonna let the snare kind of flam ahead of the beat here.
Up on the crosswalk. Up on the crosswalk.
And this is going to take some of the stuff I had to do to make the dynamic mapping work. I might change things a little bit here. So we've been working on the template. Actually, let me take a look at that in a second. Remind me when I get done with this, look back on the template and not this template, but my main template. I'm going to see about exactly how I have the dynamic stuff laid out. I don't know that I'm going to change it for this song, but definitely want my template quicker and easier to use. And it would have helped with this one. weird. It's kind of a mess, which it shouldn't be. There's a lot of factors going on here. And notice when it's doubled up and there's a flam, I'm going to take the second thing as the what goes on the grid. So try and put the flam ahead. Not always, but usually the first stroke of the flam would be ahead of the beat. Not always. Usually. Looks like it's gonna get a little bit ugly right there. Hey, Maddie. Just finishing editing up Lenore's drums. Apparently she had a falling out with her other band, and kind of over this song or these songs, so I'm gonna finish these. Oh wow, beach, huh? Join the sharks and box jellies. Yay. I know I need to go to the beach a lot more here. You know, I live here. I got a beach. I never go to it. That's terrible. How do I do this one? Some kind of triplet thing. That blue bottle, is that jellyfish or is that a Man of War? Over here, Man of War Central, but we had some people here in my town vote on the beach named after my family to shut down parking at 6 o'clock. And I like going there. That's I kind of learned how to body surf there, and it's what got me skinny enough to fit back into the skate park. But it just makes me so mad to think about how they are shutting us off from our own beach at 6 o'clock, you know, and there's no other place to park. It makes me so mad. I can't end up enjoying it. I just end up mad, and yeah, it's kind of wrecks it for me. So I always think about going to other beaches. Yeah, that sounds like a Man of War. These little peckerheads. So like yeah, when they start to turn football shape, that's nasty. When they're still a bubble, it's not that bad. But we have a beach here called Bellows, which is like the ultimate boogie boarding beach. There is never an absence of waves there, and there's no reef, so it's just nice sand. It's all cool. You'll always catch waves, but the bubbles are full of these Man-O-War. And so every time you see a wave, you got to make a choice in your head. It's like, I'm probably going to get stung. So is this wave worth it? Okay. But they're not usually the football shaped ones, just the bubble shaped ones. Once they get football shaped, once they get that big, man, you see them, but they're nasty. Of course, the cool Man-O-War is going to be It's so funny this late in life when I really discovered these guys. I remember I was working on some Metal Blade album, and Bill Metoyer had to go mix a Man-O-War album, and I was like, what in the world is Man-O-War? And the Sacred Right guys were saying, oh, they're the kings of mustache metal. And I'm like, I have no idea what that is, but who knows? Then it turned out, man, that stuff is actually pretty cool. It's the ultimate in cheese, which I like the cheese. Well, okay. So you said they're only small here. They're only small where you see them. See, this is the problem with these guys, man. The smaller ones get blown into shore. But the big ones are out there. It's the same species. They just luckily we don't see them as much, right? They don't tend to get blown in as much. They get pulled onto the really big currents way out to sea, and they kind of stay there because they, once they turn giant, man, they're like a floating field of death. And so they can be out there and they'll have all the food they need for a very long time. Yeah, and it tends to be the smaller ones that get blown into where humans deal with them. I guarantee there's times and places in Australia too where you will see the football shaped guys somewhere, especially where I always watch these survival shows in Australia where they show it closer to Indonesia on the north end, and there are open ocean currents that go between islands that are kind of close together, and in those, every time they have those videos, they're showing, those islands aren't that far apart, and in the channel between the island are things that normally would only be in the big open ocean. And so that would be I think it would be a prime spot to end up getting nabbed by one of those bigger adults. And I think you guys also share with us the irukandji, the kind of nastiest. You got box jellies, and then you got those little tiny irukandji ones. So they're the really, really, really nasty ones. I'm struggling to keep a bunch of different things in my brain right now about how I was dealing with the dynamic hits. It's funny over here. There's big, huge jellyfish. Like I always think of jellyfish and Man-O-War as just like this super thin membrane that you touch it and it just rips. But they are called jellyfish for a reason, and we do have these big ones that they you can actually squeeze them, and they're really thick. They're still clearish, but the kids put them on their heads, and somehow they don't get stung. So I guess they're not a stinging kind, but I don't know. I look at those things and I say, it probably stings, so I'm not picking it up. It's like what I tell people about snakes, I love snakes. I'm a hardcore herpetologist and stuff, but Just tell people, even in Arizona, tell them if you don't know what it is, just don't touch it, man. Like, you're just asking for it. Luckily over there, pretty much any snake that's going to hurt you has got a rattle on it. We do have a coral snake, but I don't know that anybody's ever actually been bit by one there. It's not as big as the eastern coral snake. It's a lot smaller. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's actually ever been bit by one. But, you know, if you don't know what it is, don't touch it, and you'll probably be okay. Some Jackass episode where they were putting them on their heads, but I don't know if there were stinging ones either. It's so weird because I didn't realize it's right by where we build our jumps. There's like a little marina, and that's where the people jump in there and play with them. And they're absolutely substantial. Like, it's not some squishy little thing. It's they're pretty thick. Very strange. I tend not to like animals without faces. So like the invert guys, you know, I'm not, I'll find them stuff. I'll show them where to look, but I don't tend to touch the stuff those guys are touching. I actually got to meet him up here when he was doing a video on Arizona desert. Just so weird. Like, you know, you're used to the dangers that you're used to. And so the dangers you don't know, you treat very differently. And yeah, he wasn't one of these YouTube jackasses that just, you know, they're just doing all this dumb stuff for content. You know, he's very, very cautious over here. You know, like, do I want to touch this bark scorpion? Do I really want to touch this rattlesnake? You know, he's smart about everything. And it's just like, if I went to Australia, man, like, my snake instincts are out the window. None of the stuff that's going to kill you got rattles on it. Some of them got aposematic coloring and stuff to give you reef, but I think you got one called a brown snake or something, and like, it looks like a harmless colubrid from the United States. So yeah, I would get nabbed, man. I'd last 30 seconds in Australia, because I would want to be smart, like, you know, the smart guys are, and say, hey, you know what, I don't know what it is, I'm not touching it, but I'd still be out there flipping stuff, and I'd probably end up getting nabbed, almost surely. Okay, I'm gonna look at my template real quick because I'm not sure on something. So we're gonna go project templates. HP default mixing template 723. Okay, so that was just last week when I was putting up my DO videos. Oh man, Maddie, did you see I put up a bunch of videos from my band doing the DO covers. The first time everything worked, where we actually hit record and had time to do everything, and every other time something's gone wrong, like either couldn't hit record on time or we weren't recording, or who knows. But this one I actually got it. Okay, so here's what I'm wondering. When these dynamic ones, why don't I have them in the same folder? Is there something that's going to make that not work? So if I turn off parent send, and why do I even have parent send on anyway? The only thing I can think of is for it to go to the listen mics, but I really don't need that. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to put these in the folder. I'm going to get rid of the parent send. Make sure that it's pre-fader, post effects for the send to the SSD instance. And then what was the other thing? Look on trigger 2 to see if I'm actually triggering anything, because I don't want anything. I do not want. But I still need it to send. Okay, so it's not going to the master. Where's this one going? This one is going to the master. Now, why is that? I don't know. Yes, there's a couple things going on here. Why would this go to the master and not the trigger track? Oh, because normally the trigger track goes there anyway. But is there any reason for this to go to the master? I don't think so. Yeah, why is that going to the master? None of this should be going there. Unless there's, for some reason, I really wanted these sounds to go through. I don't think so. I think I want these to go. I think I just want the SSD stuff. So I'm going to clear this, and we're going to see. Don't need any of this. I might pull this template into that that other track, actually. I'm a little confused on what's going on here. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So here's the kick. It's not going to go to the parent. Pre-fader, okay. This is going to the parent. And this shouldn't be. This shouldn't be going to the master fader at all. And I shouldn't need anything on here. Okay, I think this is right. You know, if they get some kind of vibe they like out of running that stuff through a tape recorder, go for it. I'm sure there can be somebody who make a plugin that'll make it work. You know, I don't necessarily. There's not really something that I want out of that. And if I did, I would probably take like Scott Stillwell Bad Bus Mojo or Isotope Vinyl or something and just crunch it up. But way back in the day when sample rate conversion algorithms were absolutely horrible, I would often run into this Master Muncher Ampex MM1000, I think. Had a reel-to-reel 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. And I would just run my 48K output to that, and that would be my sample rate converter. Like just tell them take the reel to reel over to the mastering lab. They had a machine that could play it back. Sometimes I would, this is like 2001, 2002 ish. But that was my sample rate converter. It worked. I mean, tape, you can do things with it. You can make it muddy and crunchy, and it's funny when people actually do that and they start hearing the distortion. It turns out that the tape distortion is not always the coolest thing. Often it's awful. Yeah, I think I of those tape plugins. I had one that I bought because it actually did the Dolby noise reduction trick really good. I forget what that was. Worked really good. But now we got, with Alex's Exciter, I just use that. Let's see if I'm doing this right. So this kick is going to SSD pre-fade. Switch sending to there. Pre-fader post effects. So if I do it this way, is it still going to send the blipper to, I think it is. I need to clear all these trigger slots. Okay. It's hard to keep all this junk in your head. Definitely don't need these two because it's not going anywhere. Oh, okay. So here's the big question. So Tom's not going anywhere. As Tom folder is not going to do anything to volume. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to take this one out of the master send. Check its effects. We don't want that. Master parent send disabled. Parent send, nope. Oh, yes. Parent send. So the main blipper is going to do its master parent send. Let me just check on that. Yeah, like you remember, funny, guitar players used to always complain about how horrible transistor distortion is, and then they tell us how they must have transistor distortion. A lot of the distortion on a tape that you're talking about is not the tape distortion. It's the distortion of overloading the analog inputs on there, the transistors themselves. Tape saturation is a totally different thing. It'll do it too, but most of the time the tape, the way you had the tape bias, you probably weren't going to get massive amounts of tape saturation before you overloaded your input, your transistor input. Interesting. Okay, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so Tom1E, no nothing on there. Master parent disabled. Master on, no effects. Okay, so this one, I want to get rid of the master. I'm going to put it in the same folder as the other blipper. And I need to take this out. Okay, so that should be right. Tom2, take the master out. Let's take a look at what we got on here. Get rid of that. Get rid of master send, pre-fader, post effects. Yep. Get rid of that. I wonder, somewhere in the world, there's probably still boxes and boxes and boxes of reels that we had. Oh, that's scary. All right. Make sure I'm doing this right before I forget. Okay. So this guy. Take away the parent send. And let's clear out whatever nonsense is in here. And then let me check and see that I actually made the dynamic track. So I was going to limit these to 64 for the max. Yep. Okay. I'm not sure that that's the greatest idea, but I think it is. Let's see. All right. So we're going to save this. Now I could import my other tracks to this, or I could change this setup. Hold on, I think I have yeah, I saved that. Okay. I'm gonna fix this. Close this. We'll look back at this other file. What I want to do, change this guy. Okay. And I probably want to get rid of all the weirdness going on. So let me get rid of the master send from here. Oh, why is that drum listen off? Interesting. That might do something to my drum listenability, which is not happy, but might have to be. Yeah, why would I have muted that? I'm going to unmute that. I'll remute it if there's a reason. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these. Anything that's going to master, I'm going to get rid of. This should get rid of a lot of the nonsense. All right, let me save this as a new for just in case I wreck everything with this. So I'm pretty much going to make this like the other one was. That's not good. You gotta get rid of this. Where's that start at? 0. All right. Oh, see, that was getting messed up. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. There's no reason not to, I don't think. Oh, it's LUFS, okay. Yeah, I was leveling a student's Pod 500 Go yesterday, and I was using Ulean loudness meter. I need to actually just pay for that thing. I think he does more on the newer version or something. Okay, I'm just making sure that I'm not, yeah, see, here we go right here. Okay, so that's empty. Sorry, I'm just checking. Empty. Empty. All right, I'm going to put these in the same folder now. And it should work. We'll see. Okay, what are we hearing? Is that the leakage in the cymbal mics? Yep. All right, well, we'll deal with that later. Okay, so I think Tom 1 is all fine. Nope. Okay. COM2, we're gonna look at the same thing, no master. And I'm gonna take this out of the master. There's no reason for it to be there. It's just a folder. Yep. Okay. Empty. Put it in the folder. So I don't know if I'm going to the jumps today, so that's why I'm kind of sitting on this for a while, even though it's kind of late for... Ooh, where's Tom 3 Dynamic? Uh-oh. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Sorry. New project tab. See if it's missing on this one too. We'll be in trouble. Oh no, here it is, Tom 3 Dynamic. I'm gonna copy this track. I don't know that it's gonna work exactly right, but should be right here. And I want this one to go to SSD Dynamic. This can be pre-fader post effects. Not go to the parent. So that should be right. Am I missing anything else? Yep. Gotta get rid of that. Not going to the parent. All right, I think that's right. I'm gonna listen back through 365 to see if this ruined anything. that's working. So it's this kind of stuff I'm a little bit more worried about. Let's just see how that goes.
Leather boots on the concrete floors, cheaper perfume, I'm wanting more. City skies knocked out of heaven, chasing broken halos, breaking even. Corner signs take me away, leaving lights hit the stage. Neon guards, paper saints. We're alive, we're alright, burning out on Broadway. Every step is
Why is this at -6 now? I want this back at 0.
every step.
Okay, so now it's gonna be all these little piddle paddle little crap-tastic ones. I'm just gonna drop these this way. And I don't really know which ones of these aren't getting hit too. That's
Every step is a road. Step is a road. Every
but I think any of these should probably be the quieter ones. So this is gonna take a while, but I'm just gonna do this by hand. So if we check this,
every step is a road. Every kiss is a hit and run. Every step is a road. Every kiss is a hit and run. Kiss is a hit and run.
and so you notice that I'm not really putting these on the grid. That's okay.
It's a hit and run.
Let me see. Yeah, see. Oh boy.
Every kiss is a hit and run. City bends to crashing.
Oh man. See, the sad part about playing like this is if it's a sparse track, the guitars themselves are like a noise gate. You're not going to hear these little subtle snare things. You see them on the video. but it's really interesting watching a studio drummer. They won't play stuff like this if it's going to be on some distorted guitar track, because they know you're not going to hear it. But in this case, I'm going to have to make it heard because it's part of the rhythm. So I'm going to go in and do this all by hand. Yay. And then stuff like this. Do I really want to do this way? Let's take a listen to what it's going to sound like.
New skate, away, new skate. Every shadow and every shadow and
It's almost like these ones should be way quieter, right? Like all these flim-flams. Starting from here, let's drop these by 6 dB and just see what that does.
away, new skate. Every shadow and
I think I like that better. Okay. And if you see me muting these, it's just in case the trigger decides to fire that, even though it shouldn't. I only want it going to the other one. And I'm taking a chance here that I'm not going to move where things are when the toms are on, because that could mess this up. I could put this on the grid. I don't really want to. I wonder if that's really a flam. Kind of is. In which case, this should be the where we're doing the marker. And for just this part, I'm gonna put this back at 0. And then I'm gonna mute this. And so hopefully the other one will catch and there'll be a flam. Yep, perfect.
it's calling me. It's calling me.
I'm going to turn this all -6 for now. I might have to do that on the other one. Like all these. Let's see.
And the windscreen ones. Oh, everything's changing now. Everything's changing now. It's just you're in my head, and I am slowly losing heart. You're in my head.
Not sure.
You're
Seems to matter more on this one where it's really quieter.
never
I'm going to make this easier on myself. I'll put the threshold way down. See, that works.
Hit the stage, hit the stage.
I don't know if that's too quiet.
Hit the stage, hit the stage, hit the stage. Neon guards, paper shades, where a light burn. Brown on Broadway, 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 brown on Broadway.
Maybe those should just be regular hits.
Brown on Broadway.
Well, I'm kind of getting worried that these hits are too soft.
Brown on Broadway. Brown on Broadway. Brown on Broadway.
But -6 is really quiet. Change these to -3.
Neon guards, paper shades.
I don't think that's getting hit. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to move this to -3.
skies, knocked out of heaven, chasing broken halos, breaking even. Corner signs take me away. Taxi.
Ugh. No, no, why? Add a flam? Yes. wonder if I should line those up. Why do I do it on here? Minus 12, then up to 0. Okay.
Hop on the crosswalk. Hop on the crosswalk.
Oh, come on. It takes so long.
We're alive, we're alright, burning bright.
Oh. Ooh, man, I'm just not getting enough sleep lately. Sorry. Oh man, stop. That seems like a weird hit. Put that on the louder one. It's so hard to know. Like that hit sounds a little bit quiet. It's kind of hard to hear. Man. All right, I'll be right back.
She's away. I don't need you here.
here's the question. Do I put these guys on the grid or do I leave them be? And what I'm kind of worried about is if it's going to mess with the snare timing positions. Look at that. Okay, that makes sense. So if I put these in time, it's not going to make much difference, but what's the command for drop snap? Is it F? Yep, okay. Oh, no. I wish I could shrink this more. Okay, what's happening here? Is that Tom 2 and Tom 3? Can't tell if that's a hit on the Tom. It's definitely kicking the kick. Maybe this is the only Tom. But you know what? Let's move this guy to the beat, and the kick will flam it. Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to make this snare flam. Put the Tom on the beat. This will make it easier. What is that?
Is mine, is mine.
I'm gonna put this flam after the beat. Makes sense. Let's see how this sounds now.
Leather boots on the concrete floors, cheaper perfume, I'm wanting more. City skies knocked out of heaven, chasing broken hills, breaking even. Corner signs take me away, leaving lights hit the stage. Neon guides, paper stains. We're alive, we're alright, burning right on Broadway. Every step is a road, every kiss is a hit and run. City bends to crashing cars. Sirens flash through the hazy street, far turns keep new escape, hid away, new escape. Every shadow and every creep, move with the crowd, it's calling me, it's calling me. Corner signs take me away, leaving lights hit the stage. Neon guards, paper shades. We're alive, we're alright, burning bright on Broadway. Taxi lights cut through the rain, running out on every lane. Stealing smoke, moons again. City lips on Buster Court, back to loud, the skyline bold. Take the oath, take this Underneath the glowing signs, bands welcome home, the night is mine. Heartbeat drums on asphalt, she's alive, up on the crosswalk. Corner signs take me away, leaving lights hit the stage. Neon guides, paper saints. We're alive, we're alright, burning right on Broadway.
All right. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm gonna go. I'm not sure if I'm going to the jumps today. Big Island Mike's gotta be flipping burgers over on Restaurant Row. I might go by there and say hi, or I might just go ride the skate park. I don't know. Depends. It's starting to storm. I got rained out at the skate park yesterday, so got to ride somewhere. But all right. I'm gonna wrap this up, send it to Lenore, and I'll see you guys later.